You're going to turn on the camera. You're going to turn the camera.
And there it is. Oh my God. Welcome to the 200th Angry Cuddles Podcast.
200.
I don't have to say brought to you by Angry Cuddles. I don't have to do any of that.
Any of that shit.
The
it's
whole
simple.
spiel I used to do with Nerd Hierarchy, it's all ready to go.
But some of the spiel you want to keep.
With me, as always, is the scent of Michael. He's not here today.
Wait, grab Mike from over there.
There is,
There.
Now we can actually show you.
Have a little version of Mike.
Yeah, there's our Mike action figure. What's going on? If you're listening to our podcast, this is going to be somewhat jarring on Wednesday because we are live streaming on Twitch now and forever.
Yeah.
You know, from now on.
But you guys keep up.
So there will be a visual component. You can also watch it on YouTube on Wednesdays as well. My name is Steven. You guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Chuck.
Crusty Chuck.
I
as
am
it were.
Crusty Chuck. Yes, enjoy. I shaved for this, man. I was
You look very put together.
super stoked to be on TV.
You didn't want to try to Duck Dynasty your face.
Dynasty?
Duck Dynasty your face.
Jesus, God, no.
You don't want to try Dynasty
Although-
Warriors your face?
Yeah.
Cow.
The full beard though on you, like a full lumberjack. If you went full lumberjack, you would pull it off.
Well, I've got the shirt on.
Yeah, we got a shirt for it right now.
Go.
With a shame glaze, I'm John Mosley.
This is
Jovial
Jovial
John
John Mosley. He's also Blanc8, BLAUNK, and the digit 8. I'll put that on the overlay in the future. And joining us today is Twitcher CorporateCal.
Hello. Yes.
Calvin, he streams League of Legends.
Yes, mainly League of Legends.
And John streams with him on
He
League of
does,
Legends.
and it is quite comical. You should
And
join us.
yeah, apparently you guys dragged in quite a few viewers when you two team up. Put your
You
Wonder
guys
Twin
you guys
powers
have
together.
You guys have a fun dynamic. I tuned in the other day when one of your teammates. This is the first thing I heard. Calvin. I swear to God, next match, will you please not be useless? Just don't be useless.
Was
next
this the
match.
first thing you heard?
That was the very first thing I heard.
I don't remember which game that was, but it was a fun game.
So what
I
happened?
know.
It was who was I playing? Oh, okay. So
Does it matter?
I remember it now. I was playing AD
my
Malphite in the
God,
jungle,
that's
and we
right.
had a terrible game, and so I couldn't do anything. And Kyle was raging.
Okay.
Kyle was raging
Because
really upset with you.
It's a very non-standard build for that champion, and he was like pretending like it was a normal thing.
It is a normal thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he kept doing that.
So it's an awkward build, like from the get-go.
It's a little out of the meta, but it's still current. People are still using it. It still has a nice dynamic, and it's super fun to use. But it's slow, and then if you keep dying, I can't do anything.
It's so weird hearing League
And
of
I never
Legends.
I didn't even know that Calvin was playing in the game with me. I never saw him.
We're just hiding in the brush.
I'll just kill minions in the background.
writing poems.
Yeah,
Of war and
Steven, what
cheering.
the fuck? You're supposed to be jungling right now. I'm busy!
No, I'm a pacifist.
Yeah.
I will tell
I
tale
will
of this
only
grand
kill the
battle.
creeps
You're
in
the
the
bard.
jungle.
You're the bard of LOL. Oh, god damn.
The
Okay.
Bard of LOL sounds like a legit, like kind of the Bard's Tale, kind of. You remember the Bard's Tale?
I did not play Bard's Tale.
That's
It
not
was-
a thing.
Voiced by Carrie Owens,
No.
and it was supposed to have been, like super duper funny.
Yes, I remember. It was sort of like a Baldur's Gate style of Dungeon Raider, but with comedy.
With a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember the game. I never played it.
it was
Oh,
actually
Carrie
pretty
Owens,
good.
really?
Yeah, Carrie Owens was the voice of the Bard.
Mike and I were watching a trailer for the King's Quest. That's
Oh,
coming out
yes,
on
yes.
Xbox. I don't know if it's just Xbox, but the only logos I saw on it were the Xbox and the 360. I don't know what its exclusivity is. I should have looked that up.
Well, with the way Xbox Live is pushing the shit out of the King's Quest remake, it may very well be exclusive.
But it's made by Sierra, which
is-
I thought was out
Yeah,
of business.
I thought they
Yeah, I
died.
thought they were long gone.
No. The Sierra,
So
Sierra
we're gonna have
isn't dead.
another
It's
Monkey
just-
Island as well.
Yeah.
Like
Do we need another Monkey Island? Is that a thing?
well, always,
Monkey Island
always
was-
need Monkey Island.
Monkey Island was LucasArts though, not Sierra.
I thought they were kind of all the same.
No,
Similar.
Sierra was.
They're all click touch games. Some of them were click touch.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some
They
of them
share. They share. Some of their games share things.
Yeah.
The point and click adventures, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. King's Quest, I remember because Mike and I watched the trailer for it, and one of the actors of like the old dying king is Christopher Lloyd, who also looks old and dying. And man, I wasn't sure if Christopher Lloyd's just like drunk 24/7 now, but sort of in the interview, and maybe it's just old age. Maybe I'm being a little insensitive, but I love Christopher Lloyd, and the way he was talking about the game, I wasn't sure if he didn't give a shit, was drunk as fuck, or both.
Or all three of those things put together.
But he's really good at what he does.
Yeah.
So that maybe
Maybe, I mean, that may just be the kind of morning he's having.
A little whiskey in his coffee to get his engine started.
I just
Coffee
realized I
and
did
whiskey.
something. I just took a swig out of the cup that I had for lunch, and I'm not sure if the Panda Express logo was just emblazoned on the computer right there. So
this podcast is brought to you by Panda Express.
with us as always is pretty good Chinese food.
So let's jump into some gaming news from this last week. We're at that point, sort of that month before E3, where we either get no news,
It's the calm before the storm.
or the explosive
All
leaks
the news that are supposed to
that's
come out at
ever
E3.
happened. Yeah. And so this last week was kind of
Yeah.
You say but I say for some people it was a lot different.
Okay, you start.
Because we've had this discussion before about some of our favorite games, and I think last time I was here we discussed it, where I started brought up Castlevania, and how Castlevania Symphony of the Night is one of my all-time favorite games.
Are you? How big of a fan are you of the series altogether?
I love the series. I
Okay.
think it's a great series, but personally,
My favorite one was Super Castlevania 4.
So-
That's my favorite one.
I know
I've heard
Castlevania.
you.
It was the perfect
Castlevania.
amount of tough with me being able to figure it out.
Yeah.
And Symphony of the Night is like, it's like Metroid, but Metroid even gives you a little bit of direction, like you sort of kind of figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Castlevania
on
is
the
like,
other hand-
you're stuck. Better start hacking at every wall ever because one of them might be invisible.
Exactly.
And that's fucking stupid.
I like that aspect though because you can eventually, after you've gone through everything, you can't find what's going on. You're like, there's got to be a fucking secret somewhere.
Or
so
you
you have
just-
to find it. You're
Yeah,
like, fuck!
But if
Where's
it was
the
a secret to like an upgrade, that's fine. But it is
They
the
are
progression of the game
but-
is the fucking secret.
That
it's
also
both.
happens to have an upgrade.
Yeah, and
Just saying,
you know.
okay. Keep
so
going.
anyway, the creator and director of that game was originally with Konami, and he left Konami about 20 years ago or so. After that game, and no other game like it really has come out. The Gothic Castle side-scrolling Castlevania games. Not too. I could be wrong about that. But
there's an Arrested Development reference there. The Gothic Castle.
Oh, I don't.
And
When
you
you
immediately
say
start
it, when
giggling?
you say it really fast, the Gothic Castle, yeah, is the name of a club.
Okay.
Oh Jesus!
So anyway, keep going.
Anyways, so there was a Kickstarter that started about 5 days ago for a game called Bloodstained, with him directing it, him creating it, everything with only a $500,000.
Did you finally donate to it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So
This thing's been, quick aside, this thing has been funded for like a while because people
'cause
like
everybody
bought
loved
it
it,
immediately.
yeah.
And Calvin's like, I want to talk to you about my favorite game series, Castlevania. And he's like, man, it's really cool they're doing this and it's awesome. I'm super excited. I'm like, well, did you donate to the? No, I haven't done it yet. I'm
Yeah,
like,
fuck that. Fuck that. Get paid. Fuck that. Fuck that.
This thing is cool, but not cool enough to
had to
throw
get
In
money.
fact, I'm gonna steal the game from GameStop when it comes out.
yeah, fuck it.
anyways, so their first goal is 500,000, and they hit 1.2 million the first day. And it's
Yeah.
only been up for 5 days, and right now they're at $2.3 million with more unlocking goals and stretch goals. So if you're a Castlevania fan, it looks awesome. So
Man.
for me, gaming news and E3 coming, that came out, and I was like,
Yep.
this is cool. All right, here's, eventually
The
here's my money.
creator of Mega Man did that too. He made a not Mega Man game.
Yeah.
Did that come out
Mighty,
yet?
It's still
Mighty
it's
Number 9.
still-
I don't know.
It's still
yet.
in Kickstarter, or it got funded. I don't know. It's
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Things-
sure that thing got funded overnight.
Like Kickstarters like that become so ravenously popular, like that are instantly funded and then way overfunded. I have to imagine like the people that make those games or make that product, they're like, oh man, all right, we're gonna get this Kickstarter out, it's gonna be good. And they're like, oh my god, this is so successful.
Shit. Or well, we hit our goal. Now we're fucking rich.
Yeah.
Or
then I
whatever.
just quit.
Well,
Which has happened before.
what most Kickstarters do, and I really appreciate that, is they do stretch goals. It's not just like we're going to spend the $500,000 we needed on the game, and then
It's
we
the
take
other, like,
we take home
450.
the rest of it. They typically have like stretch goals, like okay, this is so popular that we're going to do extra shit for you
Yeah.
guys. And all the extra shit obviously doesn't... If you have a $500,000 Kickstarter and you take in $2 million, you're not going to spend $1.5 million on stretch goals. That's not... Like, don't kid yourself.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
But there are... It does go... They are nice about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It doesn't just make you go, man,
I gotta tell you,
this sure is a $5,000 game.
The Kickstarter thing, I like. Joseph and I, Joseph's the artist on our site, on Angry Cuddles. He and I were going back and forth because, what's the kid from Scrubs?
Which one?
JD,
yeah.
The actor. Zach Braff.
Zach
Braff did a Kickstarter for a film, and he was like, man, Kickstarter's for the indies. Hey, Colin35, how's it going? Thanks for joining the podcast. Feel free to follow us. Follow us below.
We gotta wave this way, not at each other. We're at the mic.
There. It's probably right about there. And Zach Braff did a thing on Kickstarter, and Joseph and I were talking about, he said he doesn't like how people who are already in the system, already rich and famous, are making Kickstarters. And there were no numbers to indicate that they were taking business from independents. If anything, it brought more people to Kickstarter and exposed those independents more. But I do still like that. Like, if Guillermo del Toro and Kojima wanted to kickstart Silent Hills, or even just rename it. Like, if Konami won't let them do Silent Hills, just call it, Quiet Mountain.
Yeah.
And make their fucking game. And we would all pay for it.
Quiet Mountain.
And they can do things even because that's the thing that bugs me is when I watch a movie and I get the feeling that either the studio and the director maybe went head to head, or just that group think sort of watered down the whole experience. Mm-hmm. Avengers 2.
Yeah.
We can, if Joss wants to take something directly to his fans on Kickstarter, he doesn't have to fuck with the studio.
No.
He can just do his own thing.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. So you are excited about the next not Castlevania game.
Correct.
Like super.
I'm stoked.
The next, not going to call it Castlevania.
I will dedicate lots of time into this game just because I spent so much time. If it's like Symphony of the Night, side scroll, everything.
Okay.
So I'll have to show you after this, but on their website. But.
So the other thing that really hit me this week is that Nintendo announced that they were going into mobile gaming, and that wasn't exactly this week. That may have been a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that was their next step was mobile gaming.
Why?
Fine. I mean, it's fine.
No, it's
Capcom
not.
already makes mobile games. Like every other studio makes mobile games.
I don't think it's okay for Nintendo to go mobile because if you ask me, they've already had a corner on the portable market for a while.
Market.
Like, why would you want to branch out to cell phones?
I don't know how much money they make on hardware. I think it's software.
It's software they make money on, and like the DS is the most successful handheld system, but. Like, that sort of... Like, getting somebody to pay $300 for your handheld gaming system is becoming...
Very tough.
You can't sell people on that anymore.
Okay.
Because you have a fucking phone.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll go with that.
Hey, Will Roth 89. He wants to talk Elder Scrolls Online. Okay. Let's take a quick break from mobile and go to Elder Scrolls Online. Okay. Actually, I can bridge those two things.
Okay.
What's you guys' favorite MMO?
None. I don't play MMOs. I don't like them.
You're a MOBA?
I'm a MOBA player.
I like the MOBAs.
John, you're WoW.
Yeah, I'm World of Warcraft.
Chuck?
I've had experience with WoW. I've played EVE Online.
Mm-hmm.
I've played the Old Republic.
Uh-huh.
Back in the day, I did Dark Age of Camelot.
Yep.
And there was another one, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, if it tells you anything about how good it was. So, at my favorite, I don't really get into MMOs, but if I have to get into a favorite, it's going to be EVE.
EVE Online?
EVE Online.
Okay,
I mean, never mind the whole...
Will Roth 89 says suck at Cal. I think he knows who you are.
It's Will.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Will, thanks. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, he will. He will soon. Elder Scrolls Online, I played the demo of it when they released like the or the beta or whatever before they did the PC release, and now I've been patiently waiting for the console release.
It's free to play now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is free to play. Yes, altogether. And also, if you want to watch Elder Scrolls Online, one of our Twitch partners, Joseph Nobles, exactly how it sounds, all one word, his channel streams Elder Scrolls Online
pretty much all the time. Yeah,
and I watched it, and it looks good. I've been playing Neverwinter lately on Xbox One, and the non-subscription. Okay. Let me do it this way.
All right.
I want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that movie came out last year. I really want to watch it. It shows up on Netflix. All of a sudden, I don't want to watch it so much anymore. The reason is because if it's on Netflix, it must be shitty. That's what goes on in my head. There's no logic there.
So
Netflix has it.
So if an MMO goes
Netflix original series are amazing.
I was gonna say that you hold your tongue.
If a MMO goes free to play, you're like,
Yeah. So if an MMO goes free to play, I'm like, must not be very good. Except that that's not the case anymore.
Yeah. I mean, like WoW is the only one that can continue to do the paid subscription format, and people still do it, and they are losing subscriptors by the hundreds right now.
Yeah.
They're hemorrhaging. World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
There's so much other stuff out there. Like the Old Republic is a fantastic RPG, and even the free to play, you get the full fuck experience. There are a few minor annoyances. But I don't know what the difference is. But if Elder Scrolls has like a subscription, I don't even know if they have a subscription version of the game.
It's like it's that free to play thing where it's like free to play and then you can upgrade things, and it's like the
you have shortcuts if you have if you
pay. Yeah.
You guys are all Elder Scrolls fans in general, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tickle Me Templar says you can never win at Eve if you didn't start at launch.
That's point. That is point.
Yeah.
Right there. It's. You're probably going to agree with me on this. Everybody does. It's the extremely complex and like just labyrinthine economy. That's what it is. Like just
when Diablo 3 put in
bajillions
that
of dollars.
auction house at the beginning, and it was just like, is it that kind of thing where the economy is?
It's all player based.
It is an entirely player based economy.
Okay.
People spend real life money dollars on their ships.
Wait, is EVE Online the game where people Ponzi scheme?
There was like a crazy like takedown that happened like of these big basically conglomerations in EVE, and one like they paid thousands of dollars to like infiltrate and destroy one, like the biggest like guild on the server.
I was trying to remember. I was reading. There were a few articles that came out, I think, last summer about, and we talked about them on the podcast at the time, where someone who had been transporting all this material, and the material I think can be used for game time, that someone destroyed their ship and essentially lost thousands of real world dollars in the game because of the.
There are.
Why would you transport all that shit in one place? What's wrong with you? Right. Anyway,
there are like server crashing in EVE
because it's one server. It's not like WoW where it's like all partitioned up.
It's all in one world.
Everyone, if you play EVE, you are playing.
You're all together.
Yeah.
I respect that, but
it's a lot of time to even get close to where people are.
Time.
But what I liked about EVE was that I left all of that to them. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't want to be this big badass, sky captain, massive admiral of the fleet or anything like that. I was a miner. Mm-hmm. I was like I was Lone Star from Spaceballs. I was just flying around, chopping up rocks, selling everything. I was doing my thing. I was cool.
Yeah, you can RP like just being a normal dude in the space-time universe like really easily in that game.
I remember what I would do was somebody would give me a mission. We got to send you over to this system over here, and the jump coordinates would require me to take like 4 or 5 different jumps. So that trip would take like 10, 15, 20 like real world minutes.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would set the coordinates. I would let the computer do its thing, and then I would do my Japanese homework.
Okay. Let's see. Tickle Me Tempo says, time-gated player progression 2, one skill might take 6 weeks to train, and it will always take 6 weeks to train. Even if you didn't start at launch, you will literally never catch up with the players. So that's a good point, and that's very frustrating. That's actually sort of the way I feel with some shooters. And that's one of the things that I really liked about Titanfall, and you and I keep going back about Titanfall, is that you can jump in at Titanfall at any point, and if everybody's fucking like amazing at the game, you still have other shit to do to learn the game.
Yeah.
You can still go do other things. You don't have to take them on head on and then get to the point where you can really battle people effectively. Because if I was going to jump in to even a game that I play a whole lot. Like, let's say I started playing Halo 4 online right now. I just get my head stomped.
Oh, yeah.
I just get completely destroyed, like that dude in American History X by Edward Norton. Like, just, it's not even a fight.
Wow, that's
open your mouth,
dark right
put your teeth on the curb.
Yeah, that's how I feel every time I play.
That's how I feel every time I play a shooter in general.
But
it's depressing.
Yes.
So we're gonna jump back to Elder Scrolls. Then, what would get you guys to play Elder Scrolls Online? Would anything get you to play Elder Scrolls Online?
It's sort
friends
of
playing it.
friends.
I'd try it.
A severely
not for very long, but I'd probably try it.
You're a liar.
I did that.
Explain.
I did the Star Wars thing.
So
I downloaded it. I played it.
I love World of Warcraft so much that I have played every MMO that has come out in the past like several years, just trying to like get that high again. Because my friends...
Did you just compare WoW to heroin and chasing the dragon?
Absolutely.
Have you seen the dragons?
But, like, the whole thing is trying to bottle that lightning of having all your friends doing the same thing again.
No.
So all of my WoW friends don't play WoW anymore, and they're like, oh, look, Elder Scrolls Online just came out. I'm like, all right, well, I guess we're going to play this for a month, and I'll never talk to each other again. That's what we do.
So, you play Destiny.
Right.
Density.
Will Roth asked, has anybody played Destiny? And I think the House of Wolves expansion is next week.
It's like 2 days.
Or
2 to
soon.
3 days.
Yes. Oh, already Xbox One versus PS4 here. Calvin plays on PS4. I play on Xbox One. I play with Sam, a couple of friends of ours on Xbox One. And he has a whole contingent of people that he works with that play. And so I get to join their raids as yes, you can come along, little kid.
Yeah.
So I get to go.
Here's a candy little guy.
When I finished Crota's End, which is the final raid, there was nothing left to do.
Nope.
And I can keep playing it and get better armor, but for what? There's no other content for me to do. So I stopped playing, and we'll pick it up again when House of Wolves comes out, and Sam and I will play that for, like I said in the chat, like the maybe 6 days it'll take for us to clear that content, and then I'll be done.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I love Destiny. I really did. I had a shitload of fun with it. If I looked at the hours played, it's probably 200 plus. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But
easily with you.
It's not a lasting MMO.
No.
It is a very, very long, kind of repetitive, but fun first-person shooter.
It's like a sugar rush. Like, you can handle it for a minute, then it dissipates, and you're like, well, all right, well.
That's the thing with MMOs is in-game content is how you retain subscribers and how you retain a player base.
So as soon as you run out.
Yeah, and you're constantly having to update it and having that quality of play at the end of your game, those big raids, those big things to do, the point, like, you have to supplement your game with either PvP or something else that people can do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you run out of shit.
So I'm going to jump back now to when we started talking about mobile and we got sidetracked with the MMO talk, which is great. I love chatting with you guys about this stuff.
Yeah.
So Nintendo wants to do mobile-based games, and you said no.
Well, John presented good enough points that I'm now at the very least on the fence, and I'm starting to lean towards yes.
Here's what gets me excited. Nintendo is releasing Super Mario Bros. 4 for tablets and phones and Windows Phone or whatever.
Okay, that's awesome.
And it is $14.99 with no microtransactions. I buy the shit out of that game. Super Mario Bros. 4, or let's say New Super Mario Bros. Mobile or whatever.
Yeah.
It's free with microtransactions. Now I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And that's because I grew up console gaming. I'd rather buy a game one time.
Yeah.
Even though we just talked about the free games, that we do play in the MMOs and stuff, like I said, and there are free games that I play on my phone.
Yeah.
I play the shit out of threes. You guys play threes?
No.
Oh, man.
Just Clash of Clans.
Threes is the shit. You guys play Clash of Clans?
Oh, yeah.
Free with microtransactions?
Yeah.
Okay.
League of Legends free with microtransactions.
But here's the other... Alongside Nintendo, this whole Konami, Kojima, Fallout thing that we've covered in the last couple podcasts, one of the leaked things was apparently confirmed. Konami announced that they are going to stop focus. They didn't just say we're adding mobile games. Nintendo said we're going to do mobile games as well.
Yeah.
Konami said we are going to shift focus to mobile gaming.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
That's weird.
That's upsetting to me. If Nintendo wants to make mobile games, I don't give a shit because they're still going to make their old Marios and Metroids and stuff.
Well, this isn't the first time that they've shifted focus. And I'm not talking like Nintendo as a video game company. I mean Nintendo as a company in general. You know how Nintendo got started,
They're a card company.
They were a card company, and then Miyamoto said, hey, look, video games, these are, they were making some money, and then the whole thing crashed. I think I know how to fix it. So he went about trying to fix it. Made a big push on quality control. Tried to make sure he kept everything as much in-house as possible, and then got it 100% in-house, and that's how Nintendo became the massive video game company that it is now.
So Tickle Me Templar makes a good point. Does it change anything if you can plug in a controller as opposed to being forced to use a touchscreen interface?
It does for me. It does for me. I like tactile.
So I have emulators on my tablet right here. And I can use my 360 controller right into this little top here where my power cord is. It's it's called an on-the-go cable, an OTG cable from USB to micro USB. So I can play almost anything. There are a few things that are touch screen specific, like Mad Mobile. I'll play.
Yeah.
I can't use a controller with that.
They were created with the touch interface in mind.
Yeah, as opposed to shoehorning a touch screen. So if you made mobile games and an effective controller for it, especially Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
That'd
be sold.
I'm there.
Super good.
But the thing that gets me about Konami is they have such wonderful game licenses like Castlevania, Silent Hill, Metal Gear,
Solid.
Contra. Well, actually, Contra would probably make a fine mobile game. But
it would.
But that's upsetting to me. Because it doesn't sound like what Nintendo did, which is a lot of people play games on mobile and we want to be accessible to a lot of people and create new experiences and blah, 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 blah. Also, money's great and we fucking love money.
Yeah,
sure.
Money's awesome.
I will buy that. You can do whatever you like. I think doing something only for money is sleazy. I think doing something that you like and also making a lot of money is not sleazy. I think Konami is being sleazy. I get the impression that they're like, well, all the money is over there, so fuck you guys.
Yeah. And we'll slap the Castlevania name on something, and you'll pay $15 for it.
Oh yeah, you'll pay $1 a day every day.
Yeah,
you'll pay happily
because you'll need all those.
You'll need to know where the secrets are.
Upgrade your whip.
You need all the extra holy water.
You piece of shit was at the end of their press statement. You pieces of shit.
You pieces of shit.
We're getting into mobile gaming.
Eat it
up. So that's what all that kanji was down there in the corner. Okay.
If you wanted the translation, it's you consumer pieces of shit.
So do you think this is like them creating a new, like the last time they did this like tri-system thing? I'm not talking about like moving to the next generation of console game or next generation of handheld game, because remember the Game Boy Advance was still, they released like the SP and then the Micro, like real, like, you know, they were out, people were playing Game Boy Advance games, and they made the DS, the first DS, and they were like, this is our this is the pyramid of Nintendo, where we have the GameCube, the Game Boy, and the DS. There are three things, and this is going to be Nintendo now. Yeah. And they just fuck you, Game Boy.
if anybody has a good lead on a Game Boy Micro, I would love to add it to my collection.
Jonathan Bernardes.
Bernardes, really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he bought one the day before the DS was announced.
Okay, I don't want to steal this Game Boy Micro from him.
So we just kill him.
He laments buying it every day.
Really?
You could probably offer him a fair, and when I say fair, I mean paltry, sum, and he would probably...
How does this $5 bill smell?
I talked him into getting an Xbox One, and he definitely rued that day for a while, and then we finally started playing Neverwinter, and I think he's having fun for the first time in a year.
Abraham Lincoln,
for the first time all year.
He has no, or he has very little self-control, so I feel like I have to constantly be like, dude, slow down leveling. I mean, I understand you want to do profession stuff while we're not playing, but my character is only created to play with you guys. I don't care about playing this game alone. Yeah. So
he found a game he likes playing. Come on, man.
You got to make another character and do whatever the fuck you want with the other character. Anyway,
but have a character that you're going to play with your friends.
One of these days we're going to talk co-op assholes, and we're going to share some stories.
Yeah.
Mike's already shared his.
Oh, we have those. We'll have more.
You didn't like that guy blowing up your horse, did you?
One quick thing I wanted to ask you guys about. So I get a lot of, since Joystick shut down, I get a lot of my news from Destructoid. Destructoid and IGN, sort of between those.
Okay.
But I like the IGN personalities, but I don't like the IGN structure. But I like the Destructoid structure. So, where do you guys get gaming news? besides
You.
me. It's gonna be me.
IGN.
Yeah.
IGN?
Yep.
IGN.
And IGN? Okay.
IGN. I don't really know Destructoid.
You.
IGN and a couple of the podcasts I watch.
HR Parker says systematically taking advantage of a friend's gaming naivete, one piece of tech at a time. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
For sure,
Yeah,
yeah. So, Destructoid does a thing now where they incorporate satirical articles, like a gaming version of The Onion. But they mix them in with their normal news. And there's a little hashtag off to the side that says fake gaming news, like, so you can see it, but if you don't know to look for that,
You're screwed.
so how do you feel about that? Is that
seems like
you
that
should
is-
have a better way of doing that?
It seems like that
funny.
is setting themselves up
Yeah,
for
journalistic dishonesty.
anger.
It doesn't matter if you're writing for CNN or Piss Drinkers
Not
magazine.
okay, so satire is not dishonest. It's satire. It's not like they are.
But if you're mixing in your satire
But
with
there's-
other news and passing it off as real news,
No, I don't
then
think that's what they're doing.
They're not passing it off as real news. They're just not doing a good job of
dividing the two.
dividing.
But that's still on them.
But
yeah, I'm with you.
At the same time, I think that's awesome because you're still reading completely through the article. You're making an opinion about it, and then you're like, "Oh fuck, it's fake!" Like because they're getting that reaction that they want while it's mixed in their actual news. Because they're just doing their job posting things. So
we have
I think
already-
it's smart.
They should create like
They create
a humor Destructoid, whole fucking like Destructoid / Humortoid or whatever.
Humortoid?
And, actually, that sounds like a rash.
Yeah. At least a rash
But then I
cream.
can go there and like see them poking fun at the industry and making these really clever headlines and stuff like that.
I'm all about that, and I think that what Calvin's saying with the having it mixed in with the news does create that kind of shock factor of like, what, they're releasing a new what? Who's joining what? And you get
the only reason,
It's the
the
drama.
only way that I could see that flying is because if you're afraid that you're going to get such violent and explosive reactions to a story, it's the internet. You're going to get violent reactions to them anyway. So okay, I'll give you that, but still,
hey, you should check if you're gonna get that mad. Check the hashtag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't just check the hashtag.
Read the site fully. Like I don't know.
Or go and see if somebody else is reporting the exact same story.
So it's on the reader.
It's
not,
on
not
the-
the.
it-
You're
it's-
confirming my point.
It's on both sides. It is up to
You're
the
a real piece of shit.
it is up to the publisher. That's why newspapers have a section called the opinion section, the op-ed section. Like right there in great big letters, it tells you in one word, "Hey, this isn't actual news. This is just reaction to the news."
I just think that their little hashtag that's like please don't sue us or whatever it is, or their little joke thing that
Hashtag don't sue
is needs to be bigger. That's really all my thing, or separate it so that I can go to easily and see all of your satire.
Yeah.
Like I want to peruse those.
Yeah.
John, did you want to talk about the thing that you wanted to talk about?
The
Or
thing
wanna-
that did you
wanna save
want to
that
talk
for-
about?
Let's save that for another
another
The
day?
thing that
Yeah,
you wanted to
another
talk
time.
about.
We are going before it gets to the point where nobody gives a shit, because it's going to quickly do that. I'm gonna see if we can't have the sexism in movies, and we can talk about the Avengers, and we can talk about Joss Whedon. But I don't want an all-male cast for that. I think that we'd be doing it a disservice to do that.
Yeah.
So we'll be reaching out to guests. Poison their things. It's a timely comment, Parker's. But yeah, that's a conversation that we will have at some point because it's worth addressing. So
It looks like you had a scotch snifter and someone pissed you off in your office and you slammed it down.
oh, this
Yeah.
this here, okay, this
He has a band-aid on his palm.
Yes, two.
They blend in.
Let me explain what happened. See this nifty sign behind you?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
That's a good sign.
Lean this way, Chuck, so they can see our nifty
wait,
sign.
wait.
No, don't
Don't fucking touch
We've
it.
got everything very
Yeah.
specifically set up here.
Dang it.
But we've got this wonderful sign. We're going to be at Dallas Comic-Con Fan Expo at the end of the month, and we got this brilliant, very nice, hefty sign
God, I
from
hope.
buildasign.com And it's also kind of fucking frustrating. You can lean in, you can come back.
Studio audience, you realize what this means, right? If he is going to be at DCC and you are going to be at DCC, that means we need to bring all the Nerf toys that we got
we're gonna
from
have
that shipment.
An Angry Cuddles Sci-Fi Factory gun battle.
Fuck yes.
Do you know, real quick, does Sci-Fi Factory know what their table number is?
648.
648. And we are A109, I think.
Yeah, we are.
So you're in the exhibitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're in Artist Alley. So
we're not even going to be by each other.
Nice.
Oh, that would be perfect. That means with infiltration. Totally. We're going to solid snake your ass.
But yeah, we will be at Fan Expo at Dallas Comic Con, so do come by and say hi to us. And also go see the Sci-Fi Factory, and those guys are fucking hardcore and awesome. But what were we talking about? What did you
Your
just say?
Scotch Stifter.
Oh, yeah, my hand.
Yeah.
So, I'm setting
Do
up
I have
the sign,
to disappear out of the shot again?
And no.
Okay.
I'm setting up the sign, and my girlfriend was helping me, and it wasn't latched to the top correctly. And so I was holding it just in case it was not going to be latched correctly to make sure we got it all in.
Yeah.
But even with me holding it, like the retractor on that is kind of fierce.
Yeah.
And so I was holding it, and it came off the thing, and it just went right down my hand. It was mostly a tear.
Crystal has one similar to this. We took to the May the 4th celebration in Burleson, and when we started to clean up, she took it apart, and then she let go of the retracting side, and it took a massive chunk of skin right out of the knuckle of her finger.
Yeah, that thing.
She is still recovering from that. What, 3 weeks later now?
Yeah, so Templar, these are my Mandaids.
Yeah,
Mandaids?
Right here. Actually, that sounds like an illness.
Mandaids?
It is.
The pun.
It's an illness.
No.
So we're going to talk real quickly now, shifting gears a bit, because there's a game coming out for Mad Max. John and I went to see Fury Road.
I saw it last night as well.
And you saw Fury Road last night as well. Charles?
I haven't seen it yet, but from what I've read about it, I want to save discussion of this movie until we get to the sexism.
No, we're definitely going to incorporate it in there. But just to touch on it, this is a very pro-femme movie. Like,
E. Vensler was a consultant.
And
the fucking vagina monologues writer was right there saying, okay, you should probably do this.
Almost all of the dialogue in the film is between women. Almost all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it
passes
cool.
the Bechdel test with flying colors.
Yeah. So the Max is almost a sidekick in his own movie.
Yeah.
I think it worked really well for Mad Max. The Ninja Turtles, not so much. That was my problem with it. Okay, so Michael Bay Ninja Turtles. You can have whatever problem you want with Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles. Michael Bay's a shitty director, but we know that going in. I don't even know what happened to him because his action movies I used to love. I don't know if it was me being young and stupid, but like Bad Boys, I think was Michael Bay. Maybe it was Bruckheimer. Maybe it was Bruckheimer and Bay.
It might have been Bruckheimer and Bay.
Bruckheimer
and Bay was a really good team.
Armageddon was stupid, but I loved it. Con Air, yeah.
Con Air is fucking awesome.
What happened to you, Michael Bay? People...
He broke away from Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah.
I think Jerry Bruckheimer was what happened. I mean, you look at Jerry Bruckheimer.
Jerry grounded Bay.
Jerry grounded Bay, because you look at the stuff that Bruckheimer's done on his own, the CSI series, like both of them, and then the Sorcerer's Apprentice, the National Treasure movies. Those are still fun. They're just not quite as explosion-y as stuff like Con Air and Bad Boys 2. So Michael Bay brought in the awesome adult elements of the action stuff, and then Bruckheimer grounded him with actual enjoyment and fun.
Yep, that may be it. So anyway, we liked Mad Max, but we'll talk more about it next time. I did want to ask you guys, because we do a hypothetical question on this podcast. Mike is usually in charge of it, but he's not here today.
Right.
But he's right there. What fantasy war machine desert car vehicle would you create in a Mad Max kind of situation? So here's my idea.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know how to counter this because, as we've learned in physics, a force creates an opposite force, right? So what I'd like is I would like to have a giant magnet or magnets, powered magnets, on the side of my car that have the that do the repulsor. You know how when you have two poles that are the same, they repel? I want to be able to activate that just when cars come up, I'm like, here, we're gonna fucking throw explodey spears on you.
You just turn on
boom, and it just fires them away.
Yeah.
It's all metal.
Yeah. So just like.
Just
get away from me.
Yeah. Just can't get near me.
At which point, what would happen is you would have like old school pirate boarding parties where they would throw ropes.
They would have to
They would have to like zip line onto your awesome vehicle. Which, by the way, is an interesting segue to what I would do. Is I would have a yacht. I would have a grounded yacht dragged out into the desert, have like tank treads and shit.
If you guys want to describe, your fantasy Mad Max machine,
feed me. I'm hungry. I need to hear this.
So you would have a yacht.
I would totally have like
you would be like the pirate of the 7 deserts.
Not even a pirate. I would just be like the gangster. I would be the
the P Diddy of the desert.
Yeah, the Don Corleone.
Big Pimpin', PIMP.
I'd be this combination of Captain Jack Sparrow, Captain Lucky Jack from Master and Commander, and
is that Russell Crowe?
Yes.
Okay.
And Jabba the Hutt.
Did I ever tell you I was almost in that movie?
Really?
Yeah. When I went to TCU, my film director was one of the owners of the ship that they used. That was his ship in the movie, and they were looking for extras. And they said, do you get seasick? No, I don't think so. But even if I did, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Are you scared of heights? How high? High. Ship's mast high. Sorry.
No, thanks.
Adios.
Yeah.
Wow, I would have sucked it up for that.
Fuck yeah! If you're gonna suck up getting seasick. You need to work on that acrophobia yesterday.
That's
dude.
really high.
Yeah, but you can just jump into the water.
Besides,
jump into the water.
Let's go into the water. They're still governed by OSHA. They would have harnesses
is over
and shit.
the boat.
Leap far.
I'm gonna fall
plan your fall.
Did you not play Assassin's Creed 3?
Tickle Me Templar says a bit of Jack Harkness too, Chuck.
Oh,
that's fantastic. That's a fantastic reference.
Oh yes.
There's always
all the
Jack
Captain
Harkness.
Jacks.
Yeah.
Even the
Jack Harkness is the best Captain Jack. John, do you have any idea what the fuck?
I have no idea what the fuck.
I'm sorry.
I know Calvin knows.
Jack Aubrey's my boy, but Harkness is a close second.
Whenever you guys start talking about actors or directors, I'm like,
or characters.
I've seen movies.
Jack Harkness was a character in Doctor Who was spun off into his own series called Torchwood, and he is played by
one of the prettiest men to ever.
John Barrowman, thank you.
One of the prettiest men.
Who is the only man that I can think of, or one of the few men I can think of, that I would have full on sex with. I would let him sex me up and down. Full on, out, all of it, 100% of it.
Crystal's met him. She is.
One second, you guys keep talking.
What show? You went to a Comic-Con. The one just before the one coming up here in a little bit. She went to that one and she had him sign. Nathan Fillion. Yeah, he had him sign Captain Malcolm Reynolds' figure because that makes plenty of sense, right? And that was precisely the response that he had too. Of this isn't me, right? No, I know. But Nathan Fillion is going to be there next time, and so she's going to bring Captain Jack Harkness figure, still in the case, and have that signed by Nathan Fillion, because both of them are really good friends.
Oh, Barrowman and Fillion are good friends?
Yeah, they're BFFs.
After Kevin Pereira left Attack the Show, John Barrowman was the host of Attack the Show for a while with Chris Bailey. He was there for weeks, and it was some of the best TV I've ever seen.
Oh my god! I need to find these episodes.
Absolutely hysterical.
Captain Jack on a fucking video game show?
The last season of Attack the Show. And I love Kevin Pereira, and The Attack on Twitch is, quality programming. But yeah, Barrowman's great. So here's listening to John Barrowman related stories, anecdotes, plot lines, fanfic for the rest of the stream. All right, let's ship John Barrowman and John and John Mosley.
Ship the John.
Fantastic.
A CorporateCal Barrowman baby.
Yeah. What to do?
Yeah, that got you off the topic real quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
So your Mad Max car, your crazy Mad Max car.
Yeah, I'd do the pretty basic hardcore old school car, muscle car with the big treads under it, and just spend all my time in that mud area.
Oh yeah.
Okay. See you guys later. Yeah.
So, you kind of took part of my idea, but I'm thinking more of it. You're saying a yacht. I want more of a speedboat
You can be part of the fleet.
One of your power your mastercraft hardcore boats, but underneath you're using that's like the frame, and underneath you have like a vet engine or just like a super powerful engine with speakers around it as well, because I want the guitar guy as my spirit animal.
Dude,
on there as well.
Dude, I can totally see you.
He's so metal.
You and I would put our heads together to defictionalize the dubstep guns from Saints Row.
By the way, that guitar guy in Mad Max,
he's so metal.
That guy doesn't give a shit.
I just want to play guitar.
Max jumps on his boat and he's like, I'm gonna fight you, but I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah.
This is my job, is to play guitar.
Yeah.
So weaponry, are you John? Were you just gonna be zipped? I'm just getting out of here, treads and everything, zipping out and
see you later.
Okay,
super fast.
Don't want to weigh yourself down with guns.
No.
My weaponry will consist of the extra. I mean, my henchmen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna
throw people
at
Well,
if I throw enough people in your grill, it's going to slow you down.
I'm gonna be in a fucking yacht, dude. There's gonna be space in there for 30 or 40 people. It's gonna be a party boat.
Tickle Me Templar says sandcrawler with spikes, lots of spikes and guns. So that makes sense.
That's basically what I have.
Yeah. Also, real quick, someone pointed out the other day, do you guys remember Return of the Jedi? Do you remember at the beginning when Leia goes in and rescues Han and Luke and gets everybody out and everything like that? Or Leia goes in to rescue Han, and then Luke comes and rescues everybody, whatever. At the end, they sort of get away and they blow up Jabba's barge.
Yeah.
With Jabba on it, right?
Yep.
Or actually, she choked the shit out of him to death, and then he explodes. There were people serving him. There were people
chilling
that were
out
captors
in the barge.
There were a lot of people in that barge that were just
that were
not
Jabba.
They were slaves.
Yeah, and nothing.
No,
nothing. Not a second thought. Don't worry about it. I mean, the clerks brought this up when it came to the Death Star. If you are on the Death Star, if you're a contractor for the Death Star,
I had friends on the Death Star.
You may not have necessarily be part of the
Empire,
but
now you're dead.
Yeah. So, but the sand or that barge specifically, that's a whole different story. Those were, you're right, there were slaves on that barge.
Yeah.
That was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. So the way that we're going to bring this to an end, as we do so typically, or usually, is a fill in the blank. I'm going to read a news story headline, and I'm going to leave out a blank. And if you guys in chat want to take a guess, and I know there's a 20-second delay, so we'll give you time to think and throw in while these guys are thinking. Mm-hmm. So, here we go.
All right.
Blank runs for mayor in Flint, Michigan.
Ooh. I'm going to go the Pakistani Phil route. Let's go Groundhog.
Groundhog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Groundhog.
Child.
Take a think. Child?
Some form of child.
Some form of child?
Be
it boy or girl?
Boy or girl.
Or something in between.
Child, teen, just younger child.
Young.
A child of the ether.
Child of ether.
Dead man.
Dead man. That's good.
Dead man
runs for mayor in Flint, Michigan. I'm going to give another few moments or so while we ponder these things for people in chat. Before I reveal the answer.
Yeah. the concept of something running for mayor that's not just a dude.
Uh-huh.
And
it's a grown ass human.
Yeah, and the people of a certain town being so tired of the political bullshit that they're just they
will literally vote for anything else, like a house plant or whatever. It's not a house plant.
I'm okay with that.
It's not a house plant.
That was one of Louis Black's things, was, if we're going to out crazy Al Qaeda, this was 10 years ago, by the way, back at when 9/11 was much closer and relevant. He said that we should just elect Ronald Reagan again. There's nothing crazier than electing a dead president, and no one will fuck with us
ever again.
Well, then, if you're going to open the door to electing, previously elected presidents who are now deceased, where does that line stop? Because I would love to re-elect Abraham Lincoln.
I want to put Jerry Ford back up there because it's mostly the same thing. I think he's tripping and falling over shit, like Weekend at Bernie's.
Zombie Gerald Ford.
H.R. Parker's to say a tree runs for mayor, and that's Parker's is put in. What were you going to say, John?
Oh, I was just saying that, I think the funny thing about Ronald Reagan specifically is just most of the countries that you're dealing with remember Ronald Reagan, and it's just all right, we're re-electing this president that is, somewhat relevant and kind of hated all the other countries.
So
Hi.
Tiffany Templar says obviously it stops at George Washington.
well,
I
yeah.
think you could elect King Henry or King George.
Yes, I want
Whoa,
Henry Tudor
this
as the
was way
president of the
fucking
United
weird.
States.
Yeah. Wow, this is like so referential and postmodern.
If you elected like something from another country, president of the United States, would they have to give you that thing? Like,
How would you be able to
We
hold
wrote
him?
in King George, so give us his corpse.
yeah, give it.
We demand the corpse of Big Boss.
Yeah, like he's the
can't-
president. Give him to us.
Yeah, he's ours now.
He can't make any promises because he's already dead. I mean, the most he can have is just go on historical.
But isn't
fact.
that
The things
itself
he's
the
already-
Congress
best
would
promise?
never be more united.
Yeah.
Okay, so the actual headline is Giggles the Pig runs for mayor in Flint, Michigan. A pig is
What?
running for mayor in Flint, Michigan.
How did you know this?
A pig...
I was born in Flint, Michigan.
Oh, so our studio audience was born in Flint, Michigan, and
Cheater.
probably up on the Flint
Yeah.
The
news.
Flints.
But it's running against two. One is, I think, a convicted felon, and another is either a suspected felon or maybe I can't remember. Maybe two convicted felons.
Studio
Now,
audience-
here's the thing: I have more sympathy than most people do for felons. I think that after a certain point, you should be able to I don't think that a thing, depending on what the thing is,
Say, whoa.
doesn't necessarily have to be held against you the entire rest of your life.
You killed someone. Don't worry about it.
Well, again, and that actually even depends on the situation. If you guys played season 1 of The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I'm not saying necessarily there's justifiable homicide out there,
Yeah.
but there's justifiable homicide. That's a thing.
He says as he looks straight into the camera.
All right.
Holy
But-
shit.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
my point is that their choices are such that people
Are going for the pig?
might elect the pig. There may be some thing that prevents the pig from taking office.
There was
it's a pig.
I think there was a study, a Harvard study, where one of the professors was trying to prove a point, and you could get a rhino into the pre-running for president, because of the certain way that it's structured. You don't actually have to, as long as you've lived a certain amount of years. It doesn't specify human.
Okay, it has to
Or
be a
You
certain
have to-
age and have lived in America for X amount of years,
like-
be a citizen or something like that.
Because our founding fathers weren't so. I don't.
The
They didn't have
founding
enough
fathers
experience with trolls, was what it was.
had the pig in mind.
Joe Parker says a towel cannot run for mayor. So there's rules against towels,
Hey, there you go.
apparently.
How can a talent?
That's
not run for
very
mayor?
specific.
Thank you.
I
That is very specific.
have a Super Mario Brothers towel that I have had since I was 5 years old. I am 31. That towel is old enough to drink. That towel is old enough to vote. That towel is old enough to run for local
For local office?
That's one of those rules where you read it and you're like, someone tried that.
So, yeah.
Well, it's one of those.
Someone tried to put a towel in office.
Yeah,
for
wearing cape does not allow user to fly. The only reason that you would have had that on the warning label is because some doofus hopped up on a roof with a Superman cape and said, "Hey, look, I can fly!"
They
Splat.
took the foam off the market because they said it was poison. If you ask me, if you're dumb enough to eat it, you deserve to die. Bart! What? That's my Simpsons quote. The towel being Calvin's girlfriend, by the way. Oh yeah, there was
Oh, let me guess.
the previous
Wow.
Calvin's girlfriend running for mayor. I think they think you're dating swine.
No, they think
I'm
you're
not
dating
I'm
underage.
not dating anybody right now, so I don't know where this is coming from.
Do you know Tiffany Templar?
Yes. That's,
Oh, okay.
That's Pat.
Can your current girlfriend even vote?
So, because I was like, people are throwing barbs Calvin's way.
Yeah.
Do they?
You got some haters, son.
I got a lot of haters
They've
out
picked
there.
up on our tone, or they must know who corporate Calvin is.
This is for you, buddy.
All right. Well, this was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Guys, follow us. First of all, we need the followers.
Yeah.
And also, you'll be told when we're online. And every Monday at 12:30, except next Monday. Next Monday, we're gonna have to figure something out because I'm in Shreveport Sunday to Monday. So we may do something prime time. We may do 7:30, and I'm gonna get with you guys and see what your schedules are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it work. But next week will be some sort of primetime podcast. If you're listening to us on our normal podcast stream, feel free to join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Angry Cuddles. If you go to twitch.tv, you can make a name, you can search Angry Cuddles and follow us and everything.
And I would say if they caught the simulcast today, since this is our inaugural one, I kind of want to open it up to suggestions.
Yeah, if you do have something that you want us to talk about, and we've got, I'm going to make notes here. Co-op, what was another thing? We're going to have the sexism conversation, and I'd like to find a diverse group to have that conversation with.
Which we've got plenty.
And we can make that work. Also, someone who's invested in the media and has a very knowledgeable understanding of that kind of thing. So we'll go that direction. All of our social media is right up there. Yeah, right there. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. It's all Angry Cuddles. It's all the same thing. So it should be easy enough fun. But yeah, shoot us a follow. We'll love you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we're going to start the sign-offs over there.
No. Signing out, CorporateCal at twitch.tv, CorporateCal, and Twitter, Corporate Hobbs.
Yep.
So.
There you go. John and Blancade is my Twitch handle.
Krusty Chuck, I'm not cool enough to have a Twitch handle yet, but I'm working on that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, good news, bad news. Good news, I found a replacement graphics card for my computer.
Oh, cool.
Bad news, it sucks.
Okay.
It doesn't run anything.
Well, remember, my laptop's still do you want to take it and mess with it a little bit and just see if you like it?
Yes.
Okay. Also, right before I sign off, I'm selling my GameCube and Wii collection on eBay, and that auction ends today, so I'm very, very excited. Ooh. Like, I put it up for $400 to start, and people have been messaging me about, like, would you take $500 for it and just buy it now? And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to let the auction run, because I'm getting the impression that, because it's got a bunch of shit in it, like, Twin Snakes and Super Smash Bros. Melee and Killer 7 and some things that are difficult to find now. Also, real quick, before I sign off, why was Killer 7 never ported to the Wii? Every video game on the GameCube was ported to the Wii. Every one of them, every last one of them, except Killer 7.
And you wouldn't even need a fucking nunchuck.
It's a Wii game, yeah. That's frustrating.
Holy
anyway,
shit, you wouldn't need a nunchuck.
Go play Killer 7. That's a great game if you can find it. My name's Steven. Thanks for listening, guys.
Take it easy.
And now I have to get up and walk over, and they're going to watch me fuck around for a little bit.
But see, this is where the audio aspect comes in.
This is what was happening all before.
I'm just showing all the shenanigans so they're focused on something else, Steven. See?